Don't do this at home.
Today we're smoking the AVO Classic. It's a very popular cigar that, for whatever reason, I just haven't gotten around to smoking because there's so many great cigars in the world. And yeah, got this in a special pack from Cigar page not too long ago. I made a video where I got it. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it right here. And yeah, now it's time to go ahead and give this thing a review. The outside is a Connecticut shade-grown wrapper with Dominican long fillers inside. This is a number 2 Toro, a 6x50 showing. Typically in the $6 to $8 range, but significantly cheaper from Cigar page, and especially in this pack that I got this one in. The appearance is absolutely fantastic. The wrapper is nice and smooth, bit of a silky feeling to it. Elegant double cap at the top, seams nice and tight, very minimal veins in the wrapper as well. The wrapper is a little dark for a Connecticut shade, I will say. It's almost a Colorado type color. And a nice, simple, yet very elegant band. It's really a smooth aroma off this wrapper. It's almost like a black tea kind of aroma. And it smells fantastic, I gotta tell you. So let's go ahead and get this thing cut. Bit of a tight draw. Also echoing that sort of almost black tea flavor like I was saying before. But yeah, let's go ahead and get lit. Well guys, very interesting start to this. None of the black tea, at least so far, that I noticed before. The first thing that I noticed is on the draw, a very significant earth flavor. Aside from that, the finish is somewhat complex. There's a hint of spice in there as well, like a black pepper spice, but then also on the retrohale and throughout the finish there's a creaminess and a bit of like almost a nutmeg or an allspice type flavor in there as well. So kind of almost unlike many other cigars that I've smoked. I don't know if I've had one that had that quite that combination of flavors. So I'm excited to see where this thing goes. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Well, it's been about 20 minutes. And that tea flavor that I was looking for really showed up. And it's noticeable. It's a draw and sort of a finish flavor as well. This thing is probably mild to medium in body. Medium smoke output, I'd say. Not a whole lot. A good even burn, very beautiful looking ash. And lots of flavor. Really, it's a medium to full flavored cigar because there's just plenty of it. There's that black tea I was talking about, but really, this thing has a ton of just layers of flavor. It's almost ever changing, really. I've noticed some notes of like an almond flavor. There's still a little bit of black pepper spice in the retrohale. There's that black tea flavor. There's still a touch of earth to the draw as well, and I have to notice that. And there was something else in there as well. Oh, it's still like that bit of creaminess on the end of the finish as well. So it's easy to see why it's such a popular cigar. It's got a little bit of, something for everybody. No matter what kind of flavor you like in a cigar, it's there. And so far, performance-wise, I did mention the draw was a little tight. It's not super bad, and it's actually loosening up a little bit as it's smoking. So really, really great start to this thing. We'll see where it goes from here. All right, we're almost exactly at the halfway point, I think, for this thing. And I gotta tell you, the body is ramped up a little bit. A little heavier smoke. It's probably a solid medium at this point. The burn, it hasn't been perfectly even, but I haven't had to touch it up at all, so I mean it's been burning pretty well. The ash has been falling off in about inch-long chunks, and the flavor has really simplified itself. It's really just sort of that tea flavor, a little bit of earth, and just a touch of sweetness there at the end of the finish. That's really all there is to talk about. It's still a really enjoyable cigar. That's all I got. We'll see how it finishes out. Okay guys, there's the end of it. Whew, not a bad stick. All right, let's go over it again real quick. Started off decently complex. Heavy earth on the draw, very noticeable right off the bat. That combined with just a touch of black pepper has a nice smooth creaminess at the end of the finish. Moving into the second third, really still very complex. Lots of nuttiness, lots of black tea flavor. And that was really a draw and a finish flavor, very prevalent there throughout the second and final thirds actually. Aside from that, what else do we have? We had a little bit of kind of a caramely flavor, like a caramel creaminess at the very end of the finish throughout the second third. In the final third, saw more of that earth, more of that black tea flavor, and a little bit more black pepper, just right on the tip of the tongue, particularly towards the end of the finish. An excellent cigar. It burned almost perfectly even throughout the whole thing, never had to touch it up. The draw was a little tight at the beginning, but it loosened up really almost as soon as you started smoking it, so fantastic as far as the performance of it goes. It started off as a medium to mild body, and it ramped up to a medium somewhere in the second third, and it continued that way throughout the end of the cigar. The appearance of the cigar, the performance of the cigar, and the flavor of the cigar were all on point in my opinion. The flavors were just a little bit on the different side. You know, the black tea flavor and the earth on the draw just right off the bat, right out of the gate when you lit the thing up, just a little bit different. You know, not something I'm really used to. So if you're looking for something that's out of the ordinary, a little different, and the wrapper really, you know, being darker than your standard Connecticut shade grown tobacco, really lended itself well to the blending of the other tobaccos, and it gave it you know, a little bit different flavor, and a little bit more bold than your standard Connecticut shade cigar. So really an enjoyable stick. I'd highly recommend that you try it. Of course, I'm going to recommend that you buy them at Cigar Page. The link is in the description below. Please check that out. Being a sales affiliate, I get a little bit of a kickback when you click that link to buy cigars, so I always appreciate it when you guys do that. Plus, Cigar Page is the best place to buy cigars on the tongue twisted there. Best place to buy cigars on the planet. They're always going to be cheaper at Cigar Page, so, and they always ship free. So definitely check out that link if you're in the market for some cigars. And that's all I got for you. It's a fantastic cigar. From what I saw on the internet, it's a very popular cigar that I just haven't got my hands on until now. So I'm very happy that I did, and we'll have to stock my humidor with some of those cigars in the future. So anyways, that's the end of that one, and as always, happy smoking.